Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear respectable brothers, sisters, elders, everyone's watching the show today. Thank you very much, Asim Khan, for joining me. This man, he doesn't need no introduction, but I'll introduce you anyway. He's an inspiration to a lot of young people. He's been around the world. He's done a lot of good things. He's doing a lot of good things for the society. He's a role model to so many people, including myself. So, Asim Khan, it's a pleasure to be talking to you. And in conversation with Asim Khan, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself for the people that don't know you?
Yeah. Jazakallah khair for the introduction. My name is Asim Khan. I'm from Sheffield. I'm a spoken word artist and I'm a humanitarian as well. In the past year, I've travelled to 3 different countries, delivering humanitarian aid to the people that need it the most. I've recently just returned from Bangladesh. We was working with the Rohingya in the Kutupalong camp.
The situation in Rohingya, Bangladesh, Cox's Bazar, I know you actually went there the second time.
No, this was the first time.
Was it the first time? Okay, sorry. What was your first experience when you first just landed there? Because I know you've not been to Bangladesh before. Were you kind of culture shock when you were there?
No, alhamdulillah, it was very, very nice. When we landed in Dhaka initially, in the airport, the staff were very friendly. And our organisation, we're used to travelling through that airport anyway, so alhamdulillah, we've got people there who help us. So yeah, everything went very smoothly. It's a beautiful country. Bangladesh is a beautiful country, mashallah.
One thing I'd like to ask Asim Khan, how is your Bangla? Did you learn any Bangla while you were in Bangladesh? The simple things.
So Balasani, which obviously means how are you and stuff.
Okay.
There is Kita Khoisebe, but I knew that before I went to Bangladesh, so okay. I can't make that one up. And then Fagla. So that means crazy. So there's my colleague out there, Nizo. He's from Wales. He's been out there. He's been doing some amazing work. Like he was the guy who was initially out there on behalf of our organisation. Alhamdulillah, he set the kitchen up out there. What we was working on. So him and me, they called us in the camp Fagla, so which basically means crazy.
Madman.
Because we was always going crazy with the kids and stuff, making them laugh and stuff like that. Alhamdulillah, we were just trying to give them as much happiness as we could while we was there.
Now going back into the serious points, what are the children doing like? What are they doing in Rohingya? Because I saw so many children there, and one particular video, it was really touching to me, very close to my heart, when we were counting to the children's 1, 2, 3, 4, and just the way the kids were just shouting and screaming and yelling, it just really touched us all because it was such a touching moment, because these people haven't smiled for a long time and they've been going through hell. How was that experience when just making them laugh?
That was honestly that's what kept me going, because when you go there you see a lot of sadness and you see a lot of tragedy, do you know what I mean, and you feel it because you're there. But the only thing that kept me going was putting a smile on these kids' faces and stuff like that. So, and I've never, honestly, I do youth work in Sheffield, as you know, with the football academy, and I've been to Jordan. I've worked with Syrian kids. I've never met kids like these. Honestly, they're so positive, they're so enthusiastic, they're so happy, regardless of what they're going through. They're they're so keen to come and play and just get involved.
And most of the kids, they haven't got parents. The mum's not there, the dad's not there. You don't know where they're from.
Yeah, so I mean, in the Kutupalong camp, there's 33,900 people to be a rough figure of how many people is in there, and 70% of them are kids. 70%. So the camp is full of kids. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, there were a lot of kids there with no parents and stuff like. One thing which was pretty difficult was when I was doing the food pack distributions. We're talking big, heavy food packs, and I was struggling to lift them by myself.
Yeah, so I did see some of the videos.
And but there's some videos on my Facebook. You can check on there. It's Asim Khan on Facebook. We spelled with 2 A's.
Just to interrupt you, one thing I liked about Asim Khan, when he was there, he was actually grafting himself. Because a lot of people I've seen, they just put their hands in the pocket, they watch, they give orders, but Asim was actually doing the nitty-gritty grafting work there. Because I saw you sweating a lot of times, wearing different t-shirts, and you're actually working there.
Of course, definitely.
You wasn't bothered about the condition, the heat, whatever.
No. That never in this job role, that you've got to learn to accept that that's going to be a part of it. So you just got to block all that out and crack on with the work. But that's what we're there for. We want to deliver the aid ourselves. We want to give it with our own hands. But back to what I was saying about the food pack distribution. So I'm handing out big, heavy food packs, and little children are coming to pick them up, and I'm thinking in my head like, how are you gonna carry that all the way home?
8 years old.
Yeah, like small, and that literally like they're having to bend their bodies like this and grab onto it, and that was like, and the only thing you can do is you think back to the UK and you think like somebody who's at a similar age in my family. That's the only way you can relate. You know what I mean? And you think like,
100%.
what if they was in that situation? So yeah, very very bad.
Did you have any issues with the armies, or were they very helpful?
No, in terms of like organization and I mean, it was perfect. You know, the army were very very helpful. They were, you know, they're like our main point of contact, you know, to work with these people. So, and they want to try themselves to help these people. So they let us do as much as we possibly can out there. So the army were amazing, and the Bangladeshi volunteers, amazing. You know, the people from Bangladesh who are in Bangladesh, living in Bangladesh, and they've all come down to Cox's Bazar to help out. So many different groups out there, so many different organizations, so many volunteers. It was like that in itself was something beautiful.
Did you find it safe when you were there? Because I know a lot of journalists, a lot of helpers, charity workers, they feel afraid when they go to a place like Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Did you find it quite safe?
No, alhamdulillah, like for ourselves, we found it, you know, as safe as anybody else would find it, because we didn't have no issues with nobody. You know, like I said, the Bangladeshi people are very nice, helpful people. So even if you did get stuck, you could just ask a random person and they'd help you. So we had no issues whatsoever, alhamdulillah.
Another question I'd like to ask you: do you think we're doing enough?
When you say do you think we
Like the whole human being, there's so much people. Do you think we do enough? Because when you see figures, someone distributing 40,000, someone distributing 50, 100,000, someone distributing truckloads of clothes, you see all these different organisations in Cox's Bazar Techno. Do you think there should be more to be done?
Yeah, of course, 150% more needs to be done, because there's more than 600,000 people that have gone from Myanmar to Bangladesh. More than 600,000 people. Now,
in Sheffield, there's only about 1 million population.
There you go. So that shows the scale of how many people's out there now. For all of them to receive the best help that they need at this current time, more needs to be done, and more people need to be involved, and more people need to be working together. Whether you're from one organisation, different organisation, it don't matter. You've got to like help each other, help them. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll give you an example. So you can kind of like work it out, like the scale of the people that are in the camp. So obviously I work for Human Relief Foundation, and what we do, we set up a kitchen there. So this kitchen feeds 1,000 children a day.
MashaAllah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Now 1,000 children a day get fed, and we hand the food out to them. We make it in the kitchen and we hand it out to them. They all line up. They all come in a queue in an orderly fashion. Now we're feeding 1,000 children. There's 33,900 people in the Kutupalong camp. Now, if you just
tip of iceberg.
Exactly, because what I'm saying is like, there's so many kids that come to this distribution that don't get fed, because we can only feed 1,000. So what about all them other children? Like seriously, I'm not like, this is something that I really like.
It needs to be addressed.
It needs to be addressed. Like I'm just saying for myself, for it to be right in my head, everybody should get fed. What about them kids?
You feel bad because this person's being fed or the person not being fed.
This is what I'm saying. So then everybody's on social media, alhamdulillah, and thank you so much. Like, you know, the support, the messages that you be sending, and all of the support on social media. Like, Asim, you're doing a brilliant job. Asim, mashallah, well done. Asim, this is amazing. And I'm thinking, what are you on about? Because really, no, because nothing's being done. Because
they're not seeing the proper clear picture.
Yeah, because you're seeing 1,000 children getting fed, but you're not seeing the other 500 that are stood there. And you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to push into the queue. And guess what? Guess what I saw as well? This is like a heartbreaker. This 6-7-year-old kid, pushing his like 2-year-old kid into the line, so not getting fed himself, because he was entitled to get fed himself, but he's pushing his like 2-3-year-old into the line, and then obviously the guys who work in the camp, they be like, they recognize kids, they spot kids, they get them, they push them out the line. Some kids, what they do is they get one and they go back to get another one, you know, for their brother.
Because they need it for reserve.
So all of that, and then you know, like the kids when they're trying to come forward, and I understand like they've got to keep law and order in the camp. They've got their own ways of doing
Yeah,
things. They've got their own ways of doing things, and we have to respect
Sometimes
that.
they have to be a bit strict.
Exactly.
They have to be a little bit harsh.
Exactly, and
use aggression.
Exactly, yeah. In certain ways, and like they've got a stick and they'll bang it on the floor, or
Yeah,
they'll bang it on the wall.
Just to control the
Yeah,
situation.
but what you're doing, and look, like I said, I'm not blaming them for doing it. But what I'm saying, in essence, that's traumatizing for a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if somebody waved a stick in my face
100%.
or next to my foot or next, the wall behind made like a bang, I'd be like, whoa. Yeah, exactly. So a child's having to experience that. Like a child's having to experience that. A child's having to be he's trying to come forward to get food, and when he comes forward, he gets like.
Yeah, that's well wrong.
And then guess what? Like sometimes they queue up, they get hit, and then guess what? There's no food at the end anyway.
It's
So you queued up, you got hit for no reason. Like, come on, man. No, not. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry to anybody that might get offended. I'm sorry for interrupting you as well. But I'm saying this, yeah.
I understand.
And I'm being honest. This is how I feel in my heart. I'm just saying it straight up. You know, if people get offended, if people think, oh, this guy, he's going off. I'm not. I'm speaking from my heart because I've just come back from there, yeah, and I'm feeling it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, yeah.
The last thing they want is to be hit on the shoulders or hard or pushed.
Not enough. What I'm trying to say is, overall, going back to the question you asked me, no, not enough is being done, and more needs to be done. And I'm not joking. Like, I don't know how else I can say that to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being serious. A lot more needs to be done.
Another question I'd like to ask you, how is the condition of them living there? Living standards.
It's unhygienic.
What kind of houses have you been seeing? The huts or how have you been sleeping?
It's not a house. So it's literally like you said. It's like a hut with like a mat on the floor. That is what it's unhygienic. They haven't got toilets. They haven't got showers. All of that stuff. There's a high risk of malaria going around in there. There's a high risk of catching malaria in there. And every single kid, more or less every single kid that came to the food pack distributions, come to the food distributions. You know when you wake up in the morning, you got the sticky stuff in your eyes. You know the green stuff.
Yeah.
So that's conjunctivitis, what they've got in it. But it's very, very bad. Like their eyes are all red and it's got all that green stuff around. And like the majority of the kids have got it. Conjunctivitis is going around. Very unhygienic conditions in the camp. Not suitable for living there at all.
I say, how much would one of them houses cost or huts?
So currently at the moment, alhamdulillah, by itself I don't know, because what we've done is alhamdulillah, like we've set up a full village. We set up a full village with proper houses, alhamdulillah, in the camp, and we're actually we're in the process of setting up another one. Believe it or not, it's the 30th of November today. It's the 30th of November today. Today's the last day for our challenge. Somebody has said to us, if you raise more than £20,000, we're gonna match that figure. So inshallah, hopefully we're gonna raise that by tonight, and these guys will double the amount, and we're gonna make a village out there. But we're making a village with toilets, showers, the stuff that you need to live.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like 21st century now, and when you look at the people, the way we live in England, we've got a comfortable house, we've got heating on, we're relaxed, we're wearing nice comfortable clothes, we're eating without. But these people, they're getting none of that.
None of it.
And they're not bothered about the materialistic stuff.
No, they
just
don't
want
care.
to eat and then go to sleep and just to carry on with their own lives.
Literally.
Is there any particular touching stories when you were there that really touched you? Any kind of, I know there's been a lot of rapes there, there's been a lot of other kind of issues going on there. Was there any particular story that really touched you while you were there?
Yeah, I mean obviously, like there's loads of different situations, there's loads of different encounters, and you remember the most of them, if not all of them, but like ones that stick out in particular, I'd say, we spoke to a woman who said that I got impregnated, I got myself pregnant on purpose 3 times just so I don't get raped. Because in Myanmar, the people who are doing all this oppression, when they are, they're going around raping women, what they don't do is they don't rape the pregnant women. So she's thinking in her head, if I'm pregnant, nobody's gonna touch me.
These guys, I think they're really insane, or they're madmen. But the people that are raping women like that, they haven't got a heart. I don't know what they think of themselves, because obviously they've got parents, they've got mother, they've got a daughter, they've got aunties, and how can they do things like that? It's horrible, and taking advantage of this situation. And what do you think is going to happen now? Because while you were there, were you saying they're going to kind of try to taken back into Burma? Because I know there's some sort of negotiation going on with England and Bangladesh and Burmese government to get them going back to.
Yeah,
Burma.
that's what. So
Myanmar.
they've made some sort of agreement where they're gonna be, the certain amount that's gonna be going back over. I don't know what period of time, but until then, I mean, like nothing. Number one, nothing is set in stone. Like for anything, you just don't know these days. Like even if they're saying that, tomorrow it might be a different situation. That's what I'm trying to say.
100%.
Because this is a ongoing crisis that's been going on for a long time. Only now this year has it started getting mainstream attention, and that's why everybody's focusing on the Rohingya. It's been going on for a long time, and like I'm not talking about the people, the charities or anyone who are helping them. I'm just talking about the media. In terms of media attention, like it's only started popping up like over the past couple of years. And the mainstream media mentioned it like this year. So nothing's set in stone. So that's why I'm just saying, like, everybody who hears anything about this situation, who knows about this situation, do what you can.
100%.
Do what you can.
As we know, we're coming to the end of the show. Is there anything you'd like to add or say anything to the viewers watching?
Yeah, I'd like to say that from personally, like from going around to different countries and working with different people and working with different children, these are some of the most amazing children that I've ever met in my life. They're so positive, they're so enthusiastic, they're so happy regardless of the circumstances. These kids, they don't care about giving them stuff and stuff. All they want is just that bit of attention and a bit of love. What every child would want, you know what I mean? And we was like we threw them like a sports day. We played football with them, and I'll tell you about their idea of football. Yeah, so their idea of football is not kick the ball in the back of the net. Their idea of football is kick each other's legs.
Oh, dear.
Literally, yeah. And that's like their fun. Like to them it's like, like shoulder barging your friend and knocking him on the floor. Like that was fun. So like for the first minute I was trying my best. I was trying to do all these skills, take everybody on and score a banger. And all these kids are kicking. I thought, I'm getting kicked. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna join them. And now I'm start shoulder barging these kids, and you just see these kids go flat. I'm only joking. But we had so much fun.
They were like pulling your hands, weren't they?
Yeah, so what they decided to do, right? That
was quite a nice video.
I've got a bad shoulder as it is. I dislocated my shoulder from boxing. Yeah, I dislocated my shoulder.
Is that a professional boxer?
No, amateur.
Amateur.
Yeah. And I've got a group of kids on one side grabbing one arm and a group of kids on the other side grabbing the other, and they thought they could play a tug of war with my body, and they're like literally like pulling me to, and then I thought forget this, I just pulled them in. We just had this so many different experiences out there.
And these are the little things that really touch your heart.
You can't that's like the motivation to come back here and not think, oh, it's a bad situation out there. Yeah. Oh my God, they're going through a very bad time. It's the time to come back here, tell everybody what's going on, and say, guys, let's get together and let's go out there and let's do even more work. Let's help some more people. Let's put more smiles on more children's faces.
100%.
That's what we need. It's not a time to come back and be sad and because that's what happens. When you come back from when I come back from Jordan working with the Syrian kids, at the time Syria was really, really bad then. I'm working with the Syrian orphans and Syrian widows and stuff like that. And I come back and I got down, I got upset, and I just kept myself to myself. I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm coming back here thinking, right, there's a bunch of people that need help out there, and I want to go out there, I want to do more, inshallah, and I want everybody to come with me.
And it takes a real heart, a real man to do something like that. Because a lot of times we could say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But it's actually going there and doing it yourself. And one more thing I would like to say is, guys, as you know from the experience of Asim Khan, all the people out there, please do as much as you can, whatever you can. Even if you could give £5, £10, £20, whatever you can, please do and support all these poor, poverty-struck people in all these third world countries. How can people find you or follow you on the social media?
Yeah, I mean, I'm available on Facebook. That's where I do my main work for my poetry and for my humanitarian work. You get to see all the photos and videos when I'm out there doing the work with the kids, hand delivering people's donations and stuff like that. So you can get me on Facebook. It's Asim Khan, which is spelled with a double A at the beginning, Asim, and then Khan. Get at me on Facebook. I'm on Snapchat. It's Asim Khan, PIM. If you get at me on there, and I mean, if worse comes to worse and you can't get a hold of me like that, if you just Google Human Relief Foundation and give them a call on their number and just ask for me and they'll put you through to me.
Before I let you go, I need to let you do one of your, I want to say nasheed, because last time I asked you, it was like a poetry, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you do a quick line of your poetry? Because this guy is amazing when he does his poetry.
What do you want me to? Too much time's been wasted. No, we're not rated. We should be doing more for a cause. Pure, dedicated. Feel it in your body, let it flow in your blood, because charity's a must and you possibly could. Change the lives of millions of different people, but Shaitan has grabbed us and he's so deceitful, making us hold on this paper. Trust me, it's nothing that will benefit you later. Allah's pleasure is greater. He's the compensator. Put in the work now and reap the rewards of your creator. Yes, it'll come later. Later, late, trust me, mate, you will surely learn when you meet your fate. God might make you wait, but patience is great. Die in a bad state, charity pops up, Shaitan will hate. When the kid that you fed protects you from getting punished. Allah shows mercy, that kid was malnourished, but you parted with your money and you gave from your heart, and the kid got to eat and your good deeds, they flourished. Be brave, my brother, please show the courage. Be an example, my sister, so you can encourage the rest of the ummah to learn from your action. The ummah needs to get together and make a pact on.
Asim Khan, that was a few lines, actually more than a few lines. Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure to join me today, and all the very best for the future, inshallah, and keep up the good work. Guys, look after yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.